And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Primal Magic. I am Crazy Crafter, and right where we left off, let me go ahead and just dump out everything I picked up. So many zombie heads, and there are so many more out there, I am sure. Alright, let's real quick grab this, put this away. Good, you're fully charged. Alright, you're going away before I make that mistake again. Okay. Some mobs didn't despawn, but it looks like the bulk of the horde did. Go ahead and grab a few blocks of dirt, because I need to seal that thing up. Got it. The hole is sealed. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, they didn't open up the hole. Good. Alright. Let's go ahead and just gather a whole lot of what's down here. Hey, music. Do I even want to know? Now I'm wishing I clogged it with hoppers, though, because apparently they're still going to kill each other. Oh, wait, I know what it is. Entity cramming. There's so many in there, and more just spawning in, because the cursed earth, I assume, ignores the mob cap. But they're all getting stuck in a 2x2 area, and it's killing them. Alright. I think that's all the drops. Alright. I'm going to do something that is probably very stupid, but it'll at least let me get stuff from this. See, if I put a 1 block hole in the side, and then immediately cover it up with a top slab, then I can go in there and still smack things, and I can get the XP and the drops. Mostly the XP. Because that definitely filled me up a good bit. 22 now when I only had like 8 at the start. I'm not going to worry about making it look nice, because this thing is... That thing is a disaster now. And it needs full repairs, but... Honestly, it's either going to happen later, or it's not going to happen. It depends on if I decide later is before or after the series ends. You know, what I might do... You know what? This is funnier. What I think I might do instead is... Uh-oh. No, 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 no! I forgot. I screwed up. I completely forgot about the vein mine, and now there is nothing I can do to fix it. Well, you know what? Out here is just the moth farm. On the bright side, I'm never gonna have to mine for the redstone again. I'll just head over here. Alright, you know, this should be... It's not the optimal amount of levels for translating, but it should be enough for like 2 theories. Alright, go ahead and empty all of this out. There we go. And wait, hold on. You know what this gave me a whole lot of? Yep. I'm just gonna use these. There we go. I should have thought about that beforehand. I just realized I didn't set the timer. How long has this been going? Okay, about 6 minutes. I'll just set a 40-minute timer. Go. Oh, I got a bunch of soul... No, I think I had most of those soul gems already, actually. Alright. Well, let's go ahead. Greater Ambrosia. It needs an insight rune. Let me grab the lapis from here. Alright, go ahead and put these up. Right, 1 untuned source rune. Alright, I need a sky and a moon shard. Oh, here's a moon shard. And then sky shard, I've been letting the bamboo grow, luckily. Here we go. Eight bamboo blocks. And let's see. Yeah, here's a piece of coal. Alright, and then I'm just going to put the raw iron and raw gold in here. There we go. Go ahead and throw all of this in here. 1 insight rune. Go ahead and put these back. Complete. I was right, of course. By adjusting the ritual with more powerful offerings, I can create a greater version of Ambrosia. This greater Ambrosia will still induce attunement at the same slow rate as before, but I will be able to keep using it for significantly longer before it stops having effect. Blood Ambrosia exists, and it tastes unnervingly salty. Infernal has a fiery aftertaste. Void Ambrosia. It feels like it's eating me. I don't want to think about it. And the taste of hallowed ambrosia reminds me of my very favorite things. Alright. Okay, so it does use mana fruit, not ambrosia. Alright. Well, yeah, we can... Honestly, the mana fruit can just be used on 2 of these. Oh, it takes a crystal. Okay, with that in mind... I think I'm... Let's see, do I want to just make 2 earth ambrosia and not worry about it? Because I think I might just make 2 ambrosia. Oh, I never ate the sun one. Yeah, let me... I believe I've got plenty of chorus flowers. Let me go check. Let's gather a bunch of chorus fruits. Yeah, chorus fruits. Harvest and replant. And we'll see how much void we've got. Because at this point, I need something that I can easily get a lot of. And right now, sky, I mean, technically, but I need to resupply that. Yeah, this is plenty of chorus fruits for 2 void crystals. And void ambrosia does work because it's my main weapon at the moment. Alright. Let's go ahead and sleep. And let me just... I'm pretty sure I threw a few shards in here. Now let's calm down. There we go. Alright, and now where is quartz? Okay, don't have any, so... Let's see. By the way, just because I think it's kind of funny, I ended up... Or I'm going to tell you guys because it's kind of funny. I ended up working on setting up the mod pack for the server because it's going to be slightly different from this one. And I've recently been seeing a bunch of videos like infection mods fighting against each other, and I saw Spore was in there. Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember because it was a long time ago, but there was a short period where I streamed a mod pack called, let's see if I can remember, Fear Nightfall, I want to say it was. And one of the mods it included was Spore. Now, I remember seeing just like generic enemies and like occasionally human corpses, but nothing too dangerous. So I figured, okay, maybe this is one of those mods that adds in little mobs and monsters, and then you can use something they drop to start off like the infection or something like that. I don't know. And you do that, you get a bunch of really good stuff, but there is now an infection that you have to go fight off. So I go start a world, mess around with it, and for anyone who knows the fungal infection spore mod, you probably know exactly where I went wrong. I'm on like day 4 or 5. I've been seeing a bunch of monsters, or spore monsters, chill out around my base. And I fight them off every time because they were initially just the generic human enemy, like infected humans. So I fight them off. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, this is fine. They're a little aggressive, but I set up a few walls or something and I'll be fine. And then I get a message in chat around the 4th day. Endure. Now, I didn't know what that was at the time because I hadn't paid too much attention to how the Spore mod worked. I didn't pull up any YouTube videos. I was just going to mess around and find out. However, I see this message and I realize I think I might be screwed because immediately after, I start getting overwhelmed by advanced spore creatures. I need to absorb. So. But I start getting overwhelmed. At this point, I don't even have full iron armor. Because I've been taking it slow. Just messing around. And I get absolutely obliterated. I hop in creative mode because I had commands ready in case something went wrong. I usually do for my own worlds. And I go down and I realize that a hive mind has formed underneath my base, in the caves. So I go abandon that world and think, okay, so I need to, if I'm going to be doing Spore, I need to play Nomadic. I'm already thinking that I should probably abandon the thought of having it in the server, but still I want to mess around, see how the Nomadic lifestyle plays out. And I do alright. End up finding a snow base, because I started doing a little bit of research at this point and learned that they don't like the snow. So I form a little base in the snow biome I find. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it'll be rough, but I can work in here, stock up, and then go back to my nomadic lifestyle when I've got a decent wand. Yeah, an Inquisitor ended up spawning on the river right across from my base. And for anyone who doesn't know, this is an enemy with like 60-something health. But the lower health it has, the more armor it has. My iron sword, once it was like half health, was only doing a single point of damage. And spore monsters, they have really strong DPS. Even the basic humanoid zombies do like 2 to 4 hearts or something with a single hit. So this guy was absolutely obliterating me. And then I see the message again. Endure. And I'm just, oh great. So I end up having the thought, okay, how long, if I were to just open up a world with no structures nearby, because I will admit I wasn't far from a spore structure. I'm pretty sure that's where the hive mind went. I didn't end up going to actually look for it after it killed me a few times, but I assumed that it was in there. I was like, okay, let me open up a new world, creative world, so I don't have to really do anything. And just start out setting the time to night so I can skip the first day and let it run. 5 days later in Minecraft, there is a proto hive mind that is formed on the surface, and like the entire starting area is entirely infected. And I realized, okay, yeah, this is going. If I'm going to try it, this is going to be very rough. I should probably slow it down. But I decided to go in and just give myself the Archmage's robes. I didn't really look at much, but I gave myself Archmage's robes, a creative wand, and put a max out entirely water spell. It costed like 5,000 water or something. So something you could not get in survival. And I start just trying out. Can I kill this? Can I like cure this world even temporarily? It killed me first. Please note, something I forgot to mention, I also had for this little test of slaughter a stack of notch apples. And it killed me. I then ended up trying again, gave myself the armor back, gave myself a void wand with a maxed out void spell. I didn't do burst this time, but I did like max damage and max quicken. This thing, I don't even remember how much it costed. I didn't want to look. But I ended up taking that and barely, with also a maxed out healing, also maxed quicken, barely end up breaking into the hive mind and surviving. That, yeah, I have decided Spore not going into server. Thinking about it, that wasn't really relevant to anything. I might have had somewhere I was planning on this going when I started, but just funny thing that happened. And the Spore mod now terrifies me. Because 5 days is all it took. Granted, as a player, you're supposed to get involved and sort of push back against it. But remember, the first time I played, the hive mind formed in caves under me. And then they happened to have access to the surface that I didn't know about, allowing them to absolutely obliterate me. But they formed underneath. What's the instability on this actually before I do this? Okay, hi. Oh, and I forgot to grab extra earth crystals. Glad I stopped and actually started thinking. But yeah, the Spore mod grows way too quickly for my taste. I will say, it looks like a good mod. And with some proper balancing, I know through Fear Nightfall, it can be enjoyable. But just base, it terrifies me now. I think though, what I might do for once I get the celestial staff, if you guys want, I could put Spore in this mod pack, load up the world, and just see how long I can survive with like Archmage. I I work on getting the Saint's Wool. You know what? Let me go ahead and complete that. Read Saint's Wool is beautiful, made of purified hex weave and stuff suffused with subtle spider silk patterns. It's pleasing to the eye, protective of the body, and flowing with magic. Of course, it's a touch scratchy, but that will help to remind me that I am but a mere mortal. And yeah, hallowed crystals. Way too much stuff requires hallowed crystals for these things to not even give a shard. I need to figure out the best source of hallowed energy. Hopefully the Supreme Ritual Magic will have something for me, but I'm kind of doubtful. And also, Hallow Steel. Oh right, needs that. Alright, let's see. I should have, yep, 4 Earth Crystals ready. And it's Bloodletter, her 2 candles, and the Lectern. One more check. Yep. Alright. Shed my blood. Place an enchanted book. Light a candle. Feed an entropy sink. Light the other candle. Feed the entropy sink. There we go. 1 greater void ambrosia. I'm just going to eat it, why not? And let's go ahead and prep the second round of the ritual. Oh, yeah, something else about the Spore mod. Like I said, I started doing research. At this point, I've seen a few videos explaining how it all works and like how the infection starts and all that. And I remember seeing someone or a few people say in the comments of it, this is what parasites should have been. Like they were talking about the old Scape and Run Parasites mod. I remember it vaguely. I remember wanting to try it out with Thaumcraft. Because Thaumcraft, if you get far enough, you're just broken. Similarly to Primal Magick. I remember I always wanted to start it. Never got that far because I just got bored. But a lot of people saying this is what it should have been. Parasites is way too aggressive. This is what like they should learn from this. I'm just seeing all that and thinking 5 days. It took 5 days for a proto hive mind to form with me just standing there. And then that thing had 100 hit points. The second I started resisting in survival, it spawned in Calamities who had 200 hit points and did crazy damage to a full Prot 4, essentially netherite armor. I'm just like, what do you mean this is balanced in any way? Am I that bad at this game? Alright. See, yeah, the entropy sinks are drained, so let's start. Feed an entropy sink early. Alright. Shed blood. Entropy sink. Light a candle, this one. Light the other candle, this one. Place the book. There we go. Now if I double check Supreme Ritual Magic. Yep, just 100 more. Forbidden Bow. Complete. Ritually aligning a Hexium bow to the Infernal has resulted in a most peculiar weapon. Creatures struck by its arrows will be pierced both body and soul, and the resulting soul fragments will drop as soul gem slivers. Wait, huh? Oh, Fisherman's Hut. It is done. Right. Only the first ranged strike on a creature will result in a soul pierce, and some powerful creatures are immune to an effect. The bow doesn't seem to want to take on any other enchantments, though maybe I'll find a way around that in the future. Bow of Screaming Souls. Okay, yeah, that is a really cool name. And here we go. I've learned how to recreate this bow's special properties using a rune enchantment. By combining Absorb, Creature, and Infernal, I can apply this enchantment to any bow or crossbow to allow it to wound my targets in their very souls. Only bows and crossbows. That's unfortunate. I had the thought of putting this on my sword, but it's still fine. Oh, I need 2 soul anvils? Oh, that's a whole lot of Hexium. Oh, great. Alright, well, go ahead and put out these candles. I'll leave the book. And luckily, I should have plenty of iron. Time to make... Let's see. Yeah, how much iron do I have? I might just see about making a whole stack of Hexium. Let's see. Yeah, if I take this raw iron, the Earth Shatter Hammer, the hammer broke. What do I need to remake it? Okay, yeah, that's easy. Grab a stick. I'm just gonna go ahead and cook the iron grit. See, there we go. I definitely don't need this much Hexium for this, but I get the feeling that the... Let's see, what was it called? If I look in the alchemy... Yeah, the Hallowed Steel almost certainly requires Hexium to make. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a whole lot of it. I can also use it for Magitech. Because, yeah, you got... Well, honestly, yeah, most of this I don't need. With most of the Mana Nexus. This one I'm probably going to want to make. Yeah. So also go ahead and grab just a stack of bone meal. No, I'm going to need... Yeah, I'm going to need more than that, actually. Let's see. Yeah, 2 stacks of bone meal. Go ahead and use 1 on Ember Flowers. Alright. I'll go ahead and grab... I'm going to need 2 Ignites, I bet. For all this. Go ahead and also a whole lot of Blood Roses. There we go. Yeah, this is a stack of Infernal and a stack of Blood Shards. Now, I know we just burned a good bit of Void. It's gonna need a whole lot more. Yeah, this... Let me check if I need 20... If I have 23 Void Shards currently. I do, actually. Alright. So yeah, we just wait on that. And, okay, yeah, I need a bunch of Sky Dust. Go ahead and just gather all of this. Okay, need more Sky Dust than this would provide. Go ahead and grab that, though. Let me check how much. Okay, yeah, I need more stuff with that. Let's see. Okay, here's how the saplings. Go ahead and grab some of that iron we left for some shears. I'm just gonna near this tree. Use this for some more hallowed disguise. There we go. And now this is going to take forever to smelt down, but then we will have everything we need. Go ahead and pick up extra iron. And let's head back over to the colony. Go ahead and set up another house so that we can get someone mining.
I'm waiting for something.
Oh great, you need an axe again. Alright. Let me also go ahead and just in here take these off because it's it's pretty much constantly begging for these. But I will. So yeah, if you want to make yourself some salmon, we can also do cooked cod. And that should be enough from the fisherman's hut. And let's see. I believe the chest full of buildings is right over here somewhere. Yep. Doesn't have the builder's wand though. We'll grab the residence and builder's wand is... Oh, yep, right here. Right, fundamentals. Residence. See, is this the one that we had just made? Nope. It was the... Yeah, it looks like it was this one. Alright. Let's go up a little bit here. There we go. I'll go ahead and just tell you to start building that. We also double check over here. Let's see, can I manage workers? Yeah, we don't have a fisherman, or we don't have someone ready to become a fisherman. I could swap out the cook for it, but it's okay. A whole lot of stuff to grab here. Alright, plenty of infernal shards, and now we just need a little more sky dust so we can start the primal items. See. You know what? In the meantime, let's go grind more mobs, because why not? I'll pause the time. Nah, I won't pause the timer for it. Still cursed earth. No, not anymore, actually. So the creeper blowing a hole in it actually broke the mob farm. More than just the obvious damage. You know what? That's for the best. In that case, then I'm just gonna head over to the boat, and we're going to see what we can do for translations. Alright. Let's see. I believe these are all completed. Check. Okay, yeah, time study 3. Alright. Let's put this one in. 2 ancient hieroglyphic. Okay, so all I can do is comprehension now. Alright. Okay, cultist chant. You the same? Yeah. But let's go and do this. Hey, 100% comprehension for cultist chant. Let me put this here. And honestly, why not read it? We came to the city of Cusp in the middle of the night. I admit traveling so late had me worried. Despite my brave companions, the forest was thick and dark with fungal trees stretching for the sky. But then we came to the city's gates, lit by a moonbeam, and my fears dissipated. The city was lit like a festival, with colorful lanterns strung between tree branches and music spilling out of tavern doors. Softly glowing crystals illuminated walkways that spanned between trees, and everywhere I looked a merchant beckoned with their wares. I had my fortune told that night, and while I knew they'd see journeys ahead for me, the reader told me other secrets with a twinkle in their eyes. I'm excited for what comes next, though I won't write their predictions down here, not just yet. Suffice it to say, I have far to go and so much more to see. But for tonight, I'm going to put my pen down and dance beneath the full moon. Well, that's nice. Oh yeah, more sky dust. Is barely not enough. 6 more. Alright. And now we make a whole lot of primal light. Let the blood roses cook, and then we can make all the hexium we need. Yeah, we'll go ahead, take what we got. Yeah. make 9 hexium. And I can go ahead and actually make the hexium bow. Yeah, here's 2 string, and then I can find 1 more in my storage system. I better be able to find 1 more in my storage system. Also got a whole lot less than I thought I would after that whole mess. I guess, yeah, the spiders didn't really get too commonly spawned or caught up in it. Okay, well, 1 hexium bow. And let me go ahead and... Oh yeah, there's a hallowed rune. Supreme working? Okay, I can do Supreme rune working already. And a heavenly rune scribing altar. Right? Grace? How much theory do I currently have? Okay, yeah, I'm running a bit low, but if I go in and repair the mob farm better, I shouldn't have to worry about it much more. Yep, yeah, we'll try it. Of course, the solution was not to try to outsmart the universe, nor to overpower it, but simply to help it express itself in its own terms. Like an insight or a power rune, a grace rune will improve the level of any enchantments that I rune scribe. Unlike those runes, I can use as many of them as I can fit on the rune scribing table. This will help me create some fine tools to improve the world. Ooh, a hallowed crystal. Yeah, this thing is way powerful. Yeah, sure, we'll grab the hallowed rune. While as a pale shadow of the universe's blessing, combining a handful of hallowed dust with an unattuned rune will indeed produce a hallowed rune. Now I think I've got all the runes. I'm really gonna want to try to confirm what does what. But yeah, let's go ahead and Forbidden Bow. Alright. We'll put this here. I need Infernal Rune, Mana Prism, and Mana Salts. Alright. Go ahead and refine salts. See, where's the... Am I out of iron nuggets? Huh. Okay. Could have sworn I had more, but... Maybe I'm just losing my mind. It's also possible that with all the large numbers here, I didn't notice. Okay, well, here are all the, Oh wait, I'm gonna need another infernal rune for this. Oh, there we go. There are all my hexium. See, yep, I had 1 extra bone meal. How convenient. Put this away. Alright. And yeah, we'll put a single piece of gunpowder. Because you've got, yeah, a little bit of infernal dust. There we go. One more soul anvil. And there is this episode's timer. We go ahead and put the soul anvil down. We'll put you right here. I'll also put this. No, I'm going to put them here. And next episode, we can craft the, let's see, the Bow of Screaming Souls. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you all have enjoyed. If so, find a way to let me know. If not, again, find a way to let me know. That way I can do better, and I will see you all next time. Bye!